Let us first recall what is a binary search tree. A binary search tree is a special kind of binary tree which has the following three properties. First, all nodes of the left subtree are less than the root node. Second, all nodes of the right subtree are more than the root node. And third, both subtrees of each node are also binary search trees. That is, they have the above two properties. Now, while deleting a node from a binary search tree, we have to take care that even after the deletion of the node, all the properties which we discussed are conserved. There are three possible cases which we have to consider while deleting a node from a binary search tree. The first case is deleting a leaf node from the tree. Now, a leaf node is a node which doesn't have any child. So here in this tree we have 4 leaf nodes, 1, 4, 7 and 14. Suppose we have to delete the node with value 4. In this case, we simply delete the node from the tree and that's it, our work is done. Case 2. Deleting a node with 1 child. Now this case is not as simple as the first one. We cannot simply delete this node because if we do that, its child node will also get deleted, and we have to take care that apart from the node which we have to delete, all the nodes should always remain in the binary search tree. So in this case, we replace the node with its child node and remove the child node from its original position. So the resultant tree looks like this. Is this a binary search tree? Yes, it is. Now the third case is deleting a node with 2 children. Suppose in this example we have to delete the node with value 3. We see that it has 2 children. Now how do we find out which node we have to replace it with? In this case, we have to get the in-order successor of that node and then replace the node with its in-order successor and then remove the in-order successor from its original position. The in-order traversal of this tree is given here. We see that the in-order successor of this node is 4. So, we replace this node with its in-order successor and then delete this in-order successor from its original position. The tree after deletion looks like this.
Let us see the algorithm for deleting a node in a binary search tree. We have a binary search tree in the memory. Item would indicate the node that we would want to delete. Temp would be an iterator that would eventually point at the item to be deleted. Par would be an iterator that would eventually point at the parent of the item to be deleted. Successor would store our in-order successor node and parent successor would store our in-order successor's parent node. First, we would need to find if our item is present in the binary search tree or not. We already know how we can search for a node in a binary search tree using an iterator temp while at the same time using another iterator par, which iterates one step behind temp to keep in track of the item's parent, as changes to its right and or left child will take place. If temp points to null, item wouldn't be present, so we will print a message, item is not present in the tree. What if item is encountered as a leaf node? That would create our first case in deletion, that is, deletion of a node with no child. The condition for a leaf node would be that both left child and right child of item would point to null. Let us take an example. In this tree we want to delete 8. 8's left child and right child are pointing to null, that is, it has no children. We would first delete 8 from the binary search tree, that is, give back the memory back to the operating system. And finally, we make 8's parent node, that is 14's left child, point to null and return. What if we wanted to delete 23? We would then need to point 14's right child to null. That is what the else statement is for. What if our item encountered has only one child? So here comes our second case in deletion. It would mean that either left child is pointing to null or right child is pointing to null. Let us take an example where the left child is present and the right child is empty. In this tree, we want to delete 14. 14 has a left child 8 and has no right child. We can't delete temp, that is item now, since the changes made to its parent par is dependent on temp. So first, we will make 14's parent 38's left child point to 8 and 38's right child will be just as it is. We will finally release temp and return. What if we want to delete 64? The case would be exactly the same, except now we would make changes to the parent, that is 38's right child instead of left child. And that is what step 6 statements executes for. What if our item has 2 children? We come across our third case in deletion, that is, deletion of a node that has 2 children. It would mean that both left and right child would not point to null. As Samiksha has explained, we would need items in order successor, and for that, we keep ptr as an iterator that starts from the first node of item's right subtree. That is why ptr is equal to temp arrow right child. Why right subtree? Because the in-order successor will obviously be greater than item. Save is also an iterator that would keep track of in-order successor's parent. That is what step A is for. Let us take an example. We want to delete 14, whose left child is 8 and right child is 23. 14's in-order successor is 18. ptr would start at node 23 and traverse the left subtree of node 23 until it is at null, since we need the first largest node after 14. That is what step B says, which is ptr is equal to ptr arrow left child. Initially ptr is at 23 and save is at 14. After one iteration, ptr is at 18 and save is at 23. Then in the next iteration, ptr would be at null, so the while loop stops. We finally set successor as 18 and parent successor as 23. Before doing changes to the item's parent, that is 38, we will have to delete 18, that is release ptr's memory back to the operating system. Then we set 38's left child as 18, that is successor, and then set 18's right child to 23, that is parent successor, along with its unchanged subtree, and then set 18's left child to item's left child, which was 8. Then we have to delete 14, and so we release temp. Finally, we return. What if you wanted to delete 56? It is exactly the same, except this time we are deleting a right child unlike before.